Hello, pilgrims, saints, friends, friends we don't know yet who may have just wandered in. You just became friends. We're all friends here. Coming to you today, this is one pilgrim with a pilgrim pick me up, a little bit of trivia and Bible analogy for your day. And Mrs. Pilgrim and I are away for a bit of we'll call it a retreat in Lancaster. We're just basically spending some time away to collect ourselves, get quiet, spend more time with the Lord without interruptions. And on the way up here, I forget whether I've heard it or read it, but I picked up some trivia that really just bang hit me, and I wanted to share it with you. What my thoughts about it. I did a little more research about what I heard, collected a few more facts, and I have a short muse or positive affirmation with a Christian analogy to it that I hope you'll enjoy. I learned something the other day about sequoia redwood trees. And did you know that the sequoia redwood trees in California can grow to a height of over 275 feet? That some of them have a trunk over 30 feet in diameter. That they even have cut an archway through the base of some that you can drive a car through. Some of the oldest of these, up to 500-ton monster trees, have been aged at over 2,500 years old, surviving in California, where they grow, strong winds, earthquakes, massive fires, storms, and prolonged flooding. Give me 1 second here. Thank you. You think, wow, they must have some pretty deep roots, right? Well, surprise, surprise. Nope. The sequoia tree's roots only go down about 10 to 12 feet. Oh yeah, no kidding. So just how does this 500-ton, 250-foot tall tree survive a little 20-mile-an-hour wind gust, much less an earthquake, without falling over? Well, the truth is, although a sequoia tree has never once opened and read a Bible, it survives using biblical principles, God's wisdom. Oh yeah, you see these sequoias, their roots may only go down 14 feet or so, but they spread out over 100 feet in every direction. And they intertwine with the roots of the neighboring sequoias. That's right, pilgrims. The sequoia redwood forest has read Hebrews 25, and even more importantly, Ecclesiastes 4:12. So let's take a look at those. From the New Living Testament, Hebrews 10:25. And let us not neglect our meeting together as some people do, but encourage one another, especially now that the day of his return is drawing near. So you ask, what's the analogy? Well, the sequoia redwood trees don't grow alone. They grow in groups. The sequoia redwood forests are all together. So they meet together. The encouraging one another is the intertwining of the roots, and the analogy for the day of his return is the storms and earthquakes and fires and floods that they face. There's your analogy. Now, Ecclesiastes 4:12, maybe even a better analogy. from the New Living Testament. A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but two can stand back to back and conquer. Three are even better, for a tri-braided cord is not easily broken. Let me tell you something else, another little bit of trivia. As a former skydiver, that's right, me, paracord or parachute cord. It's called commonly referred to, maybe you've heard of 550 cord or paracord. It is 5 to 7 strands of very thin, almost thread-like cord, wrapped and intertwined together with just a sheath on the outside of it. That's what they use for parachutes. And each one of those cords can hold up, is weighted to hold up to 550 pounds. They drop vehicles with parachutes made with paracord. Each one of those paracords can hold up to 550 pounds because inside of them is these thin cords intertwined together with just a sheath over them to cover them. It's a paracord. Basically, it's Ecclesiastes 4:12 on steroids. So, and that is what the sequoia trees are doing. So, our amazing sequoias stand through their troubled times because they gather together. They intertwine with each other for strength and for nutrition and for water. If one root down the line has it, they're intertwined. So they share those nutrients. The root system has it, whether it be water, nutrients from the soil. They all have it, plus the strength. You put 3 or 4 people together and interlock their arms, try to knock them down rather than knocking one person down. You can't do it. Trust me. So look around you, Pilgrim, Saint, friend, in case you haven't noticed. Redwood trees aren't the only ones facing a lot of troubled times. Because right now, there's a whole lot of shaking going on in this world. So, that being said, where is your spiritual, emotional depth and strength coming from? Are you intertwined anywhere? Are you going to get blown down alone? Are you standing alone? When's the last time your church family actually saw you? I've heard that there are still a few churches still closed. I'm going to take a short break from my little analogy here to say something that might be controversial, but frankly, this is my channel, so I don't care. If in troubled times your church is closing, has closed its doors, it is past time that you left that church to find another group or ecclesia to be a part of, to intertwine with. Because you are not going to find intertwined strength there. They abandon you at your greatest time of need. They said, hey, you know what? Stand alone. Oh, by the way, don't forget to send your check. But stand alone by yourself. You need to leave there. That's just a fact. So, on the other hand, as we segue back into sequoia trees, if your church stayed open and worked hard to minister to your needs, even to reach out to you over the internet while keeping its doors open as well, to, for those who had good reason to be, worried about, the flu and other things, okay? They reached out to you instead of just closing, and they called you, and they reached out to, and they stayed open. So if you wanted to go, mask or maskless, you could go. You could be supported. You could have that intertwining still. That church, that's a church you need to support. That's fact. Anyway, if you find and have a church like that, one that both teaches the word and is unafraid of the Holy Spirit, then when's the last time you spent some time with that church and that church family? Real time. When's the last time you got involved where there's a need? That's the intertwining that gives strength, not just pew warming. So, you want to make it through the shaking that's going on? Get to that building where the church meets, because it ain't a church until you're in it. You are the ecclesia. That's just a building. Get there where you meet, wherever it might be, and intertwine in every way you can with other Christians, and not just during the church service. Interact, feed, nourish, strengthen each other, spend time together, laugh, hug, hold each other accountable, and hold each other up. Be a sequoia in these times. And wrap and spread your roots wide among the whole congregation. Don't leave anybody out. Add to them when you can, and wrap your arms around them as well. Intertwine. I'm a big, strong guy. I got my fingers interlocked here, and I cannot pull them apart if they're intertwined. See, you can see the pressure being exerted. I can't pull them apart because they're intertwined. Remember that. But I can open them to let someone else in and then intertwine them again. Let's keep doing that until we're all strong enough to withstand this shaking that's going on. And you know how you're going to withstand it? You're going to withstand it with love in your intertwined group, with love, grace, Bible study, prayer, and worship. And then if you do that, I'm not even sure you're going to feel that shaking. And before you know it, the shaking will have ceased. And remaining intertwined, then you can reach new heights, stretching into the sun of each new day and keeping those arms open wide, not just for the intertwining, but so that you can bring others in and add to your strength. I keep telling you, I'm going to keep telling you, there's a great revival coming before the end. But that great revival only comes if you stretch out your arms, welcome new believers in, create new believers, drop that seed, water that seed, fertilize that seed, and then intertwine your roots together for strength. That's how we do it. And then we grow to new heights. And when you get home, the end of this pilgrim journey, you will hear, "Well done, good and faithful servant. Welcome into the joy of your master." That's it for me for today. Probably won't be posting on Sunday, and maybe I'll try to get together some short postings for next week. So I will see you then. And if you know me, I'll see you in church. I love you. The Father loves you. Jesus gave his life for you. Remember that. There is no love greater. Love him who first loved you. And interact with and intertwine with fellow saints. There's your strength. Worship, the word, praise, but not alone. Together. Together. Do not fail to gather together as some do, because they become weak and they get picked off. Stay with the flock. Stay tight. Honor your shepherd as he honors God. Have a beautiful weekend. Shalom. Shalom. I'm out.